as a director, your job is to hire talented people who can do that. Hire a cinematographer who can get the kind of quality that you want. You hire a talented costume designer who can give the colors that you need and the flamboyance or not that you want. You hire a production designer who can do that. Your job is explaining your vision. Your job is articulating to them what you want.
If you're looking to hire me for something, hire me to direct your project. Hire me to write it even. Produce it. My name is Shania Banson, and I have been a filmmaker for the past 11 years, and I have been a full-time director, writer, and producer for going on 3 years now. And on today's OnSet Talks, I'm gonna talk about this Quentin Tarantino video because it took me a very long time in my career to understand this message, and I'm gonna break it down a little bit for you. For a long time, I wanted to be the best at every single thing that came to filmmaking. I wanted to be the best director, I wanted to be the best writer, I wanted to be the best producer, I wanted to be the best cinematographer, I wanted to be the best videographer, I wanted to be the best editor, I wanted to be the best colorist, I wanted to be the best sound person. Me wanting to be the master of everything left me being the master of none. It was not until I actually decided to stop trying to be the master of everything and to focus on the things that I truly loved, the things that I truly felt like I could master, where I actually started to kind of master it. When I actually started to develop my skill set in those things and just be really good at the other things. So during that time where I wanted to be the master of everything, I was signing up to wear all of these hats and do all of these things just so I can build up my skill set in those things. But what that did was reduce my ability to focus and pour into the things that I love, which was directing and writing. I produce because it pays the bills. I don't love producing. I don't. Directing and writing, those are my things. If you're looking to hire me for something, hire me to direct your project. Hire me to write it even. Produce it. I could produce it, fine. It wasn't until I realized that my job in being an amazing director was to find and work with talented people around me, the people who are experts in what they did, the people who are the best at what they did, for me to actually become a great director. Because my job was to be skilled in communicating with the best. My job was to be skilled in communicating with people who are good at their job. That is a huge part of being a director, is being skilled at that. So what it took was me then delegating these tasks. It's not common that you as a director, especially when you start working with the big wigs, that you will be in charge of hiring each and every person. It's not common. However, as the director, you will have a say in a lot of those creative department head choices. So that's your DP, your costume designer, your production designer, things of that nature. Those people you will have a say in, right? Because you have to make sure that they're able to execute your vision and come correct and meet you where you're at when it comes to what this set is going to look like. Every project has different resources. Every project has different funding, different timing, all of those things. But you as a director have to be able to adapt and have to be able to pivot and have to be able to be skilled enough in your communication that no matter what tier you are working with, you're able to bring them to their full capability. So let's say, for example, you are looking for something to be colored as beautiful as moonlight, but you don't have something to be colored as beautiful moonlight money. So whatever colorist you do have, whether you enjoy working with them or not, you as a director should be skilled enough in your communication, should be skilled enough in how you visually express yourself to be able to get that person to their fullest potential. That's where your focus should go. Not in you being the best colorist, but you being the best communicator to get a colorist to get you to where you want to be. And what I thought was beautiful in what Quentin Tarantino said was finding talented people, finding the talented people to be around you. And I think a lot of times as filmmakers, it feels like such an isolating career field that we forget that the beauty in it comes from the collaboration. The beauty in it comes from finding other people who are talented and seeing them thrive and do their best work around you, because then that motivates you as the filmmaker, as the director. And then it also helps you learn as a director, how do I communicate and make sure that I am also creating a vision that fits the standard of all these other amazing people, all these other talented people. I don't ever want to be, especially as a director, reducing the capabilities of the people around me. Obviously, resources aside, because that is going to be the determination for a lot of things, you as a director need to make sure that you are also helping people reach their fullest potential in some format, in some way. Is it going to be possible all the time? No, it's a job. Nothing is amazing and perfect every single time. However, it is all practice at the end of the day. It is all going to be a form of practice and a form of you getting better. Now, I'm currently in post-production for the last project that I directed. I did not write it, I did not produce it, and I didn't necessarily necessarily have a say in what certain roles would be. But what I am experiencing is exactly that. There are going to come times where I do have to handhold. I am going to have to truly work every muscle in my body, being, voice, mind, articulation, to truly get across what my vision is to ensure that the other person is able to execute. And then there's going to be times that no matter how hard I am pushing to get this person to see what I see and to understand the visual language that I am expressing, they may not be speaking that same language. And guess what? That is okay too, because that is where resources come in. That is where communication comes in to say, hey, we may not be speaking the same language, and that is okay. You will find somebody who speaks your language and it's going to work for them. It's not working for me. Let's move on. That is also a part of being a great director, is to understand and being able to identify when you are not speaking the same language as the person you are being put to work with. And that's not to say that you give up just because you're not speaking the same language. If you don't have the resources and there's no other solution but to try to figure out the same language, figure that out. That is a bigger lesson. That is something you will appreciate yourself for doing later. But if you have the resources to say, I'm not speaking the same language with this person, I would rather find somebody who speaks my same language, then go ahead and do that. And in finding that person, you now have to vet and figure out whether or not you guys actually speak the same language. I'm experiencing all of this right now, making sure that there are talented people around me within this post-production process who can really help bring this project home. Because no matter what, throughout the entire stage of pre-production, production, post-production, and then distribution, film festivals, and so on and so forth, having one person on the team who you're not able to bring up to par with you will completely make everything crumble. You will be able to notice where the ball was dropped, where the person on the team was not equally yoked. So don't try to be the master of everything and end up being the master of none. Find talented people to bring around you to make sure that you're growing, they're growing, and at the end of the day, you guys are creating a masterpiece together.